皆さん、こんばんは。今回はケリングホワイト with Bennett Foddy プレイしていきたいと思います。で今30回クリアしておりまして、今日は35回を目指して登りたいと思います。前はね、10分帯が出たんだっけな。最初ね、27分ぐらい出て、2回目25分ぐらい出たんですけど、どうなんだろうな、今回は。まあ、2日ぶりだから、そんなにむずく登ることはないと思うんだけど。そう。一つ思ったのがね、ゲームの音がめっちゃ小さかったんだよね、前回。で、それを直すのちょっと忘れちゃった。これ自体が小さいのかな。はい。
If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the computer,
回して回して回して回して回して
you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding,
回
and
し
then
ていて
immediately
いてい
felt
てい
like
て
if you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just
Oh,
returned to their original view, starting over is harder than starting up.
はい、よいしょ。
If you're not
ちょっと
ready
待っ
for
てね。
that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what
お
you're
う
about to
お
go
い、滑る
through
滑
might
る
be too
滑る。
much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game.
あ
Don't worry,
あ
I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes.
左右左。あ
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled
No!
Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of
左
B
右
games.
左右。
And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. That act of
調子が良ければ
climbing,
今
in
日で
the digital world
40
or
回
in
も
real
行
life,
き
has
たい
certain essential
気持
properties
ち
that
はあ
give
る
the
な。
game its flavor.
全
No
部
amount
10
of
分
forward
帯であれ
progress is
ば、
guaranteed.
まあ2時
Some
間も
cliffs
かから
are
ずに
too
終わるか
sheer
ら
or
ね。
too slippery, and the player is
いや、10
constantly,
分帯
unremittingly in
で
danger
あ
of
れ
falling and losing your
ば、いや、最大で3時間超
Anyway,
える
when you
か。
start Sexy
19分
Hiking,
で
you're
10
standing
回だ
next
っ
to
た
this
ら。
dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game. It might take you an hour to get over that tree.
今日はなかなか調子がいいね。
Prod and poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength.
これは
Trying to find a way
悪
up and
く
over.
ない。
And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise.
悪くないって
Most
ば。
obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be
ちょ
completely confident in your ability to get
は
through
い、
them
はい、
once you
よ
have
い
the
しょ。
correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time.
おう。
In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding,
ここで言ってるそのセクシーハイキング
but I'm not sure
という
Jazuo
ゲーム
intended to
ね、
make a frustrating game.
気になっ
The frustration
て
is just essential to the act of climbing.
私
And
が
it's authentic to the process
好き
of
な
building a game about.
アメリカの配信者の方
Funny thing happened to me as I was
の
building this
そ
mountain.
の動画をちょっと
I'd
見た
have
ん
an
ですけ
idea for a
ど、
new obstacle, and I'd build it.
あれね、
And it would usually turn
絵が
out to
ひ
be
どかった。
unreasonably hard. But I couldn't
難
bring
し
myself
さ
to
の
make it
問
easier.
題じゃなくて
It already
ね、
felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle
この
was
ゲーム
my
は
fault
まあ
as a player rather than as a builder.
仕様とかナイキとかかなり鬼畜ではあるんですけど、
And it's our repeated
グラフィ
attempts
ック
to
と
reach the
か絵は
summit
しっかりし
that
てる
turns
じゃない
those
です
mountains
か。
into something
セクシーハイキングはね、そういうところがかなり、B 級っていう感じのまさにそういうゲームだったね。あれもちょっといつかやってみたいな、軽く単発実況とかで。あ、よくやらかすんだよこれ最近。逆に岩の方が簡単じゃないかって。右に行こう。調子よかったのにな。絶好調だったんだけどね。まさにスーパージャンプも軽く決めてね。いいかも。こうなり始めると急にスーパージャンプができるようになった。
When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you could build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B films. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
で軽くジャンプして、はい。
3D models of breakfast. Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf,
Oh my!
Live League. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not burn it. It's something demanding, if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things. When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle, some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you, you're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat. Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
ナレーションの内容が私にぴったりすぎて見てたら落ちちゃった。
But maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated. An orange. A sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter fruit. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
今度こそミカは来よっか。そろそろ来いないとね。あ、ちょっと。やめ、あ、終わった。
Oh, you just lost a lot of progress. That's a deep frustration, a real punch in the gut.
あ、え？なん？ Sorry about that.
Oh, it happened again. Keep on trying. Don't let it get to you. This thing that we call failure is not the falling down, but the staying down.
相変わらず腹立つナレーションだな。あれ？今の届いたんじゃない？ かないんだ。割ともうちょっとスーパージャンプにならないと。これは届いた。あ、ちょっともうマウスパッドちっちゃいよ、もう。で、ここでハンマーを右に振ります。マウスの可動範囲がちっちゃすぎる。あ、もうやめて。はいはいはい。この人はずっとここで構えてるな。しかもハンマーが手の外側にあるよ。どうやって持ってるのそれ。あ、もうあー、今日は矢首かな。はいはい、はい、ちょっと待って、手の汗がすっごいことになってる。はいで、はい、ああ、みかんのチャンスを完全に逃してここで苦労してる私。なんてことだ。ジャンプ。あ、ちょっと待って、今のコントロールミスだよ、完全に。もうマウスは完全このマウス、ちょっと手を休ませてから行こうとしたのに、勝手に動いても何回目ここ。5、6回目ぐらいかな。キーボード邪魔。キーボードもどかして最適の環境でできるようにしたはず。はい、さあここが問題。あ、ちょっと待って、今のマウスが上に行ってない。もうジャンプ力は十分だったのに。でこんな感じにして、はい、あれは何語？左のチャットでなんかチャットしてるんだけど、あれ何語？ もうびっくりしないよ。
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden, that chose to continue.
はあはあ、垂直にして、あ、ちょっとぶつかったね。これぐらいかな。ちょっとチョッパーの帽子さんもう、はい、あ、右に行きすぎ。あははは、滑るね。ちょっと待って。おー。はい。ここにあるね、帽子。そんなの関係ある？登れないじゃん、お前。はい。よいしょ。はい。おう、いいね。
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me.
よいしょ。はっぷな。はい、バケツきました。はあ、ロシア語かな。
We have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition.
言ってやるよ。
An obdurate mission to taste defeat.
カミちゃんどうしたん？
You'll feel bad if you win. So I put this snake in for you.
マイクに触れるとノイズが発生しちゃうから。あ、どうしたん？降りたいの？さて、右にジャンプしたいね。よし。バケツは一撃勝利。
Have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot, Diogenes?
ここら辺にくぼみがあるから、それを利用して登りたいよ。よし。
Nor the man, nor the man's hand. In this here is will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
まあ、安全に許可。
The platforms, the church, and the rectory. The living room and the factory. The playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, and the lakeside. You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up. In a moment, I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
さあ、クリアになるか。
I dedicate this
気をつければこのまま終わるね。終わりかな。終わり。はい。かなり早かったんじゃない？ああ、これでも22分か。ちょっと待って。はい。で、また再開しますと。で、早速マルチモッドに参加しますと、 少々お待ちください。さあ、今度こそ10分帯を目指して、私の最高記録は7分ぐらいだったかな。8分ぐらい。それもできれば超えたいね。金壺になる前に。ちょっと適当すぎるかな。ここがね、割と難しいんだよ。もうこれでいくわ。
If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point.
こっから行く方法が未だにわかんないっていうね。
Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes.
はい。
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy High. The author of that game was Jazzuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to game.
だからなんでみんなここでこんな
They're
詰ま
built
って
more
ん
for the
の？
joy of building them than as polished
みん
products.
なかなり気になってるじゃん。ねえ。
In a certain way, Sexy
あ、ちょ
Hiking
っと
is the perfect
見えないよ
embodiment
私のキャラ
of a
が。
game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its
あ、
time.
でもちゃんと
In
登っ
it,
てる
your
人もい
task
る
is
ね。
simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that act of climbing,
ああ、
in
行
the
っちゃ
digital
った
world or in
左
real
に。
life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire rest of the game.
あ
It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it.
あ、回し
Prod and poke at
て
it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in
回
that
し
lack
て
of
スーパーあ
compromise.
れ
Most obstacles in video
ちょっ
game worlds
と
are fake. You can be completely
今
confident
日
in
マ
your
ウス
ability
が
to get
上
through
の方に
once you
上
have
がら
the
ない
correct
よ。
method or the correct equipment or just by
調子が
spending
悪
enough
い。
time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real. The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it,
お
test it, and it would usually turn out to be
みかん
unreasonably
が交
hard.
通事故にあった。
But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past a new
そう
obstacle
み
was
か
helpful as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
んとは
When you're
ここ
building
さ
a
え
video game world, you're building with ideas.
またで
That can be
す
like
かい。
working with quickset cement.
まあ、ちょっと待って、ちょっと待って、
Mold your
ちょっ
ideas
と、
into a
ちょっ
certain
と待っ
shape
て、
that can be
待って
played
って
with.
ば。
And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that
ま
point,
たやらか
you
してよ、
can't
そ
change
こ
them,
で。
not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
あそこでやらかすとね、
For years now,
し
people
ば
have
ら
been
く登れ
predicting
ないっ
that
ていう
games
ジン
would
クス
soon
に
be
か
made
かっ
out
て
of
しまうんだけ
prefabricated
ど、
objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world.
字幕長っ
And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've
で
poured
じゃん。
more and more
あー、ちょっ
into
と
this vast
左にジャ
digital
ンプし
landfill
ちゃ
that
っ
we
た。
call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused.
まっ
When
す
everything
ぐ。
around us is called trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. You can build culture out of trash, but only trash
うーん、
culture.
ここでジャンプする人も確かいた気がするな。
B music.
どうやって行くのかな、ここは。これぐらい。あー、ダメだ。い
Maybe this is what digital culture is.
や、私が最初はここで行ったんだっけな。あ、行ける。普通
A
に行ける。
landfill with everything we ever thought of in it.
へ
Grand,
ー。
infinite, and
え
unsolved.
ー。
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green
斜
screen
めに立
Shia
ってくだ
LaBeouf,
さい
and
よ。
snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and
ギ
Taylor
リギリ。
Swift
よ
mashup,
し。
car crash, epic failed gifs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten,
あれ
untitled.
あれ
Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds
で、はい。
until some newer thing beckons and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering disappearing into the pile, out of
ギリ
style.
ギリダメですかい。
In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's
あ、
gentle,
今
that
の。
lets you churn through it, but
あ
not
ー、惜しい
bad.
な
Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up
こ
in
れ
the
悪く
landfill,
ないじゃない
filed in with the bland
意外
thing?
といける。
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
ここは慎重
Now I
に
know,
行きましょう。
most likely you're watching this on YouTube
Hey.
or Twitch, while some dude with
Hey.
10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
はい。
But on the off chance that you're playing
は
this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this
少々
far.
お待ちくだ
Feeling
さい。
frustrated. It's underrated. An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
ワンちゃんが消
It
息
feels
不
like
明
we're
になっ
closer
て
now. Composer and climber, designer and
ちょっと
user.
リビング覗いたんだ
You
け
could have
ど
refused, but
い
you
なかっ
didn't.
たな。
There was
どこ行
something
ったんだろ
in
う
you
な。
that was hidden, that chose to continue.
はい。
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every
あ、来た来た
wisecrack,
来た。
every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me.
またちょっとだけお待ちください。
We have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition. It's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
ご飯食べてきたようですね。はい。はい。あで、はい。引っ張る。
Have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the
Wow.
pot, Diogenes?
わお。
Are you his hand? Are you the top of his hammer?
あ、
I think
いい
not.
調子。
Where
あ、
your
いい
hand moves, the
ね
hammer。may not follow,
最高だね。
nor the man's hand. In this you're his will, his intent, the embodied
あ
result
ー、
in
こ
his
こは
uphill
ま
ascent.
ずくない。私ともなればこれぐらいの
Conquered the ice cliff,
技は
platform,
こ
church, and the rectory, the living room, and the factory, playground,
Oh.
construction site,
Oh.
the granite
Oh.
rocks, and the lakeside. You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up. In a moment, I'll shut up. But let me
何やっ
say,
とんの
I'm glad you came.
あ、よし。あ、ちょっと滑るハンマーが。え、
No.
岩にぶつかって、いや、岩ではなく隕石だな。はい。ちょっと引力よ、働け。引力よ、引っ張ってくれ。いいね。あ、でも左にも隕石があるはず。あったー。はい、クリアしました。10分。いやー、惜しいなー。でも10分帯入ったね。32回クリアでございます。まだまだ今日のノルマは3回残ってるから。何人いるんだろうね、このサーバー。私含めて9人。あいきなり一人が消えた。
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break.
これもありなんじゃない？
Just find a safe place to stop.
このジャンプもあり。
Don't worry.
いや、
I'll save
左
your
右
progress
左右で
always,
行こう。
even your mistakes.
あ、
This game is a homage to a free game
と
titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazero, a mysterious Czech designer.
これ
Father of B games. And B
初見
games
の
are
人がやら
assemblages
かす
of
と
found objects. Designers slap them together very
超
quickly
なえ
and
る
freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of
案
a
件だっ
following.
たね。
They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products.
あ、
In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game.
あれ初心者だとね、まだクリアしてない人がやるとここまで来るのにもう30分かかったりしますからね。で、狭い道が本当に最初難しいので、ここだけでも30分かかったりしますね、最初の方。
And the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy Hiking,
はい、あ、ちょっと待って、マウスそれ動きすぎ、回りすぎ。
It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in Sexy Hiking is real.
ちょっと上手くなってない？スーパージャン
The obstacles
プ。
in Sexy Hiking are unyielding.
今のは素晴らしいでしょう。
But I'm not sure Jazero intended to make a frustrating game.
で、ここは登れないっていう現象が発生。
And it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard.
はい。
But I couldn't bring myself to make it
左
easier.
左
It already
右
felt like
か
my inability to
バ
get
イバイ
past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real.
いけあ
When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas,
あとはこ
and
こ
that
だ
can be
け
like working with quickset cement.
こ こだけ
You mold your
い
ideas
けれ
into a
ば
certain shape
問
before
題
played with.
ありま
And in
せ
the
ん。
process of playing with them,
よ
they
し
begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas.
はあ
For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened. Because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made.
さっきの方法でもう一回行ってみよう。
I mean they're trash in the way that
ここ
food
ね。
becomes trash as soon as you
あ、
put it in
ちょ
the
っ
sink.
とここね。
Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage.
割と難しい。
In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
ああ、やっ
Over
ぱり。
time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet.
いっそここでジャンプでもいけるのではと思った私でありますが、いけるんじゃないここで
When
も。
everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new
割
medium,
といける
the
の
lingua
では
franca of the digital age.
あ、
You
ダ
can
メだっ
build
た。
culture out of trash, but only trash
なんでここ
culture.
でこんな時間食ってるの
Be movies, be music.
こんな簡単なところで。いや、簡単でありながら、
A monstrous
かなり難
mountain of
しい場所でもあ
trash,
る
the
な。
ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything
はい
we ever thought of in it. Grand,
あ、
infinite, and unsorted.
も
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on Live Leak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed chips,
元通り
Russian dash
あ
cam kids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
はいはいはい
Everything's
はい
fresh for about 6 seconds until some newer thing beckons and
ちょ
we hit refresh.
舐めすぎ
And
た
there's years of persevering, disappearing into the
これは
pile,
あかん
out of style,
これあかんっ
out
て
of sight.
これは
In
な
this
んで
context,
届
it's
かない
tempting to
ん
make friendly
あ
content. It's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things? When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the
よっ
feckless.
さー
But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat.
バケツ
Now I
様
know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird
ああ
being
今の
fed
惜
chewed
し
up
い
food. That's culture too.
ちょっと止まれ
But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far, feeling
あ
frustrated.
もう一回
It's
あちょ
underrated.
っと待ってマウス
An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee.
一回揺らしてからジャンプはい
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber,
なれ
designer
るも
and
んだ
user.
ね
You could have refused, but
前
you
は
didn't.
こんなジャンプできなかったの
There was something
に
in
バ
you
ケツ
that
の
was
上
hidden,
で
that chose to continue. It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity,
Hello Burger
every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me.
ハンバーガー食べたいあ
We have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition. It's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
何言ってんのあの人たち
Have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot, Diogenes?
あそれはジャンプしすぎ
Are you
し
the
すぎ
top
だ
of
っ
the
て
hammer? I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow. Nor the man, nor the man's hand. In this you're his will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his
急に
otherless
またロシア語みたいな言語で喋り始めたなさあ私は気にせずウ 上に登ります。私ともなればここはなんで登れない。あ、ちょ。
You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up, and in a moment I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
楽勝だね。うん、素晴らしい。
I dedicate this game to you.
ちょっと引っ張ってくれ。
Give it to you with all my love.
引っ張ってください。下にあったんだ。ちょっとそれまずいですよ。これは力が足りないな。私下に落ちるね。いや、ここで時間食うのはよろしくないんだけどな。10分は切りたい。かなり調子が良かったので、なんでちょっとそっちに引っ張ってくれ。そう。いけるかな。はい。シャラララ。あれあれちょっと待って。落ちてる。はあ、はい。はい。シャララララ。いやー、30秒な。マウスが今ね、ちょっとおかしい。今の動作で確信した。ちょっと優先に変えますね、マウス。はい。ただ優先だと動きかな。ちょっと鈍くなるんだよね、どうしても線が邪魔で。これが無線だったから動作がちょっと変だったのか、それとも下のセンサーがおかしくてああなってたのかなんだよね。ここも登れなくなってる。優先恐ろしい。ワイヤー。
If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here.
ただのんであったけど。
Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip.
左。
Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress, always, even your mistakes. This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazzler, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts, and it's one of the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hand. And that act of climbing, in the world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavor. No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start sexy hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that blocks the way to the entire area. It might take you an hour to get over that tree, and a lot of people never go past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in sexy hiking is real. The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazzuo intended to make a frustrating game. The frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this map. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened. Because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made. I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context. And once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds.
No! That's not good.
Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. You can make culture out of trash, but only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy. Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain. A landfill with everything we ever thought of in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned stuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it's piled up in the land, filed in with the bland thing? When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fixers, some tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you. You're an actor. You could swallow a baseball. Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too. But on the off chance that you're playing this, what I'm saying is, trash is disposable, but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far, feeling frustrated. It's underrated. An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
Oh! これはうまい。
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber,
はい。
designer and user.
はい。
You could have refused, but you didn't.
ほい。
There was something in you
よい
that
しょ
was hidden, that chose to continue.
かわいい。Oh my.
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack,
Oh
every
my.
insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly
止まれ
gift that you've given me.
時を。
We have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition. It's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat.
ああ、今のミス
It's bad if you win. So
なん
I
で
put
飛ん
the
だの
snake in for you.
まあ、バケツがリセットされる間に戻ってこいっていう試練だな、これは。はい。はい。よいしょ。あ、滑る滑る。はい。ほーい。はい、ジャンプ。ああ。はい。おう。ここ。ああ。ここ。ああ、ちょっとそれはまずいですよ。こういう時は、おまい。ここあ惜しかった。ここ。はあ、完璧。あとは、一回だけ揺らして、あ、もう。一回だけ揺らせば登れるのに。ちょっとなんで勝手にマウス動いてんの？へい。あー、それはどうなんだろうね。え？何物技？秘技バケツハサミ。止まりなさいよ。止まれ。はい。ああ。こういう時はこうしてバケツの左に移せば解決だな。届かない止まれ。10分切るのは無理だな。はい。お、来た。1回だけ揺らして、あ、無理、これ滑る。無理やり、あ、ちょっと止まれ、バケツよ。 準備はできたかい？うん。完璧とは言えないけど、なんとかいける。ほんともう、こいつ。こいつ。うまくいかないとき、ほんと腹立つわ、バケツ。あ、もう。おあ、止まって。はい。あってはいよい、はいよい。もう揺らさずに行く。え今の惜しかったな。あ、でも揺らさずに行けそうだね。ジャンプさえできれば。ちょっとやってみようか。さあ。来い。あ、無理。ちょっと遠すぎる。あ、左に行ったらアウト。はい。それはまずいね。またひっくり返し。はは。これが技よ。これがバケツよ。あ、
Have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot Diogenes? Are you his hand?
Yes.
Are you the top of his hammer? I think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow.
割とプロっぽくなってない？
Nor the man's hand.
動きが。ここの動き、ちょっとプロっぽかった。私が考えてる。あとは、ここ。いや、引力が働いて、上に。いやー、途中でちょっと、手こずったんだけど、最後が本当にうまくいったね。で、バケツもね、まあ、時間はかかったんだけど、新しい生き方、見つけちゃいましたね。さあ、ちょっと待って。字幕、テキストを直してない。今日のノルマ、最後のクリアでございます。最後でね、最後までぜひ見届けてくださいね。
There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your home
これがプロよ。
before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red, but it came up black.
プロやめます。
You got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped your food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop to quit the game. Don't worry, I'll save your progress always, even your mistakes.
左右。
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002 titled Sexy Hiking.
はい。
The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of B games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too rough and unfriendly to gain much of a following. They're built more for the joy of building them than as polished products. In a certain way, Sexy Hiking is the perfect embodiment of a B game. It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts.
割とここまで早く来たから、最後で10分を切るのを皆さんにお見せしたい。できれば最高記録も更新したいんだけど、なかなかスーパージャンプが決まらない。今のいたんだけど、ハンマーが邪魔したね。ちょっとハンマーが私の行き先を遮ったね。
It might take you an hour to get over the tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it, exploring the limits of your reach and your strength, trying to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle
ここで手こずってどうすんの？
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are unyielding.
でも逆に焦るとうまくいくもんもうまくいかないので、まあゆっくり行こう。
A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard.
ちょっとまずいですよ、それは。
But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas. And that can be like working with presets and you mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with. And in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable. And at that point, you can't change the world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened, because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are.
それはまずいですよ。
I mean they're trash in the way that food becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh. When everything around us is cultural trash, trash becomes the new medium, the lingua franca of the digital age. And you can build culture out of trash, but only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music, B philosophy.
割とうまくいったんだけど、また帽子が邪魔をする。こいつ、よし。
With everything we ever thought of in it, grand, infinite, and unsorted. No.
はい。
There's 3D models of breakfast, Gen X's fanfic novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on LiveLeak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed GIFs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds.
ちょっとそれはまずいですよ。それはまずいって。まずいって。
Disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill?
え、
Filed in
やっ
with
ば、
the
と
When games were new, they wanted a lot.
遠いすぎだってそりゃ。
Taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick fix for the fickle. Some tricks for the clicks of the feckless.
ねえ、なんで
That's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a baseball bat. Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, while some dude with 10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
はい。あ、届かない。
But on the off chance that you're playing this,
そ
what
う
I'm
なんだ、
saying is,
届かないんだ。
trash is
止
disposable,
まれ。
but maybe it doesn't have to be approachable. What's the feeling like? Are you stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you got this far.
こ
Feeling
こがうまくいければ10分切るのは可能であったんだけ
An
ど
orange is sweet, juicy
難し
fruit
そうだ
locked
ねこの
inside
感
a
じだ
bitter
と
peel. That's not how I feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness.
止まれ
It's
時よ
coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice. It feels like we're closer now. Composer
手
and
汗や
primer,
ばい
designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden.
手汗かかないようになりたいな
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me.
We have the same taste, you and I.
このナレーションが流れる前に雪山
An obdurate
突破できれ
mission
ば
to taste defeat.
それが理想なんだけど
You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
ヘビを用意しました。そんなの用意せんでええわ。今のはね、落ちる直前だったので無理やりジャンプしようとしたんですけど無理でしたね。マイクロコントロールが難しいマウスのこれぐらいだったかな一番安定するのハンマーがプルプルプルプル震えるプルプルプルプルまだになれないなこんにゃろはい来ましたまあ10分ギリギリクリアはできるかなここさえ完璧に突破できればの話だけど雪山ってね割と調子悪い時は登れなかったりするからねここ
Are you his hand? Are you the top of his hammer? I
Huh?
think not. Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow.
この技を決め
Nor
技を
the man's hand.
この技を
These are his
決め
will,
れない
his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent. Now, you've conquered the ice club, the platforms, the church, and the rectory, the living room and the factory, the playground, the construction site, the granite rocks, and the lakeside. You've learned to hike. There's no way left to go but up. In a moment, I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
あー左に飛んじゃったはい10分タイム10分タイムというか10分近くは多分無理12分とか13分とかそれぐらいじゃないここでクリアしたとしてもそんなもんでしょもう こで、はい。で、隕石の左側にぶつかって、左から、このルートもね、できれば覚えたいんだよね。で、ぶつかると。やっぱ真上がいいのかな、そこは。あ、ちょっと待って、それまずいですよ。まずいですよ、マジで。ここで落ちるのはまずいので、ゆっくりとして、はい。14分。私の予想だと。12分だった。はい、35回クリ。はい、356回違う。35回クリアでございます。いや、肩こったな。今何分ぐらいやってる？あー、でも1時間超えてるのか。じゃあ、今日のノルマ達成なので、キリがいいのでここで終わりたいと思います。最後までご視聴いただき誠にありがとうございました。それではまた次のライブでお会いしましょう。またねー。おやすみー。